Are your gas prices too high right now?
Sorry, mate.
Just wait. Interrupted supply chains thanks to the massive back and forth in the Strait of Hormuz is only one disaster scenario. Introducing the Strait of Malacca, connecting the Indian Ocean with the South China Sea.
Since maritime chokeholds are having a moment right now.
And this choke point is crucial for East Asia, since nearly a third of the world's crude oil goes through there. Not to mention the amounts of all the other stuff that's being shipped through, making an estimated 30% of all traded goods globally. Let me recap. Choke points are narrow waterways where ships from all over the world need to go through. If they're closed or clogged, it can seriously affect the global economy.
The reality is the Malacca Strait may not be blocked today or tomorrow, but the precedent that the Strait of Hormuz sets is that any country could potentially use its geopolitical leverage and its geography to sabotage trade in this region.
So who's involved? Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore all border the strait and therefore control the waterway. Just for y'all to understand why this could become an issue, the narrowest part in the Malacca Strait is less than 3 kilometers wide. The narrowest point in the Strait of Hormuz is 33 kilometers wide. So if something was to block the strait, oil prices could surge within days, which makes this giant in the region a bit uncomfortable. For China, this strait is even more crucial. It gets up to 80% of its oil supply via the Strait of Malacca. China's dependence on it is so big, they even created a term for it: the Malacca Dilemma. And for more than 2 decades, Beijing has put in the work to establish alternative routes, bypassing the strait via countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Pakistan, and even the Arctic. Anything to secure the supply line. Though, as said before, a blockade is nowhere close. But right now, the big question is how the situation in the Strait of Hormuz affects the geopolitics of other straits like Malacca. And if you didn't know, Iran has already made moves to introducing fees for Hormuz during the ongoing war. So it's worth taking a closer look at the different stances each country has when it comes to the current conflict in the Middle East.
Where Singapore has taken a more neutral stance, refusing to negotiate with Iran, Malaysia has willingly undertaken negotiations to secure its own shipping. Indonesia, on the other hand, has offered to mediate between the US and Iran.
And this is the moment to look at the tensions in the region and what effects an escalation could have on the strait.
In a future event of conflict with China, with Taiwan, with the United States, or in the South China Sea, any shipping that moves through there, a majority of the world's manufacturing, could potentially be blocked, having follow-on effects for the Strait of Malacca.
And that's all you need to know about choke points and the Strait of Malacca to impress your next dinner guests.